Sophie Cunningham was not supposed to become one of the most important pieces of Caitlin Clark's success. When Indiana Fever added her, many people saw her as just another veteran player who could provide shooting and experience. But after watching her impact alongside Caitlin Clark, one thing has become clear. Sophie Cunningham is becoming one of Caitlin Clark's most valuable weapons. And the reason why goes far beyond just making three-pointers. Because in the modern WNBA, having a player who can shoot, defend, compete, and handle pressure is extremely rare. And Sophie Cunningham brings all of that. From the moment she joined Indiana, Sophie changed the energy around the team. She brought confidence. She brought toughness. And most importantly, she gave Caitlin Clark something every superstar needs. A teammate who understands how to play alongside her. Caitlin Clark's biggest strength has always been her ability to create opportunities. She draws attention from defenders. She forces teams to make difficult decisions. Double-team Caitlin, and she finds the open player. Leave Caitlin open, and she can punish you from deep. But for that strategy to work, Indiana needs players who can consistently make opponents pay. That's where Sophie Cunningham becomes so important. When Caitlin creates space, Sophie knows exactly where to be. When defenders collapse on Caitlin, Sophie is ready for the open shot. And when the game gets physical, Sophie is not afraid to respond. That toughness has quickly made her a fan favorite in Indiana. But Sophie's value is not only about offense. She gives the Fever something they desperately needed. Experience. Basketball games are often decided by small moments. A defensive stop. A tough rebound. A confident shot when pressure is high. Those are the moments where veteran players make a difference. And Sophie Cunningham has shown that she is comfortable in those situations. One of the biggest changes for Indiana has been the balance around Caitlin Clark. Last season, many teams could focus almost entirely on slowing Caitlin down. The defensive plan was simple. Make Caitlin work. Force the ball out of her hands. Make someone else beat you. But now, Indiana has more answers. If teams trap Caitlin, Sophie can attack. If teams leave Sophie open, she can shoot. If opponents try to make the game physical, Sophie brings that same energy back. That makes life much easier for Caitlin Clark. And that is what makes this partnership so dangerous. Great teams are not built around one player doing everything. They are built around players who make each other better. Caitlin Clark gives Indiana elite playmaking and scoring. Sophie Cunningham gives Indiana shooting, toughness, and confidence. Together, they create a combination that opponents have to respect. The most impressive part about Sophie's role is that she does not need to dominate the basketball. She doesn't need 20 shots every night. She doesn't need all the attention. She understands her role. And sometimes the most valuable players are the ones who make winning plays without always being the headline. That is exactly what Sophie Cunningham has been doing. As the season continues, the connection between Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham could become one of the biggest stories in the WNBA. Because if Caitlin continues playing at an MVP level and Sophie continues providing this kind of support, Indiana Fever could become a team nobody wants to face. The question now is simple. Has Sophie Cunningham become the perfect teammate for Caitlin Clark? Because right now, everything points to yes. And if this partnership keeps growing, the Fever could be building something very special.